danger. You are responsible for the consequences. Hi, welcome back to Burbex, Bryn's Urban Exploration. Today we are exploring an abandoned factory area here, very close to Shanghai Circus. Actually, at the back, we suspect that there is actually a circus tent, which we are going to try and get into. This area is absolutely amazing. It feels like it's been abandoned for a long time. It's been abandoned since about 2006. We're going to go around and explore. Again, I am joined by Shanghai Champion. You can check out his Instagram at the link just showing up just here. As usual, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for great new videos from Burbex, Bryn's Urban Exploration, every week. Let's go. So I've seen this place a few times as I've been in taxis and stuff over the highways. What? I'm here with Shanghai Champion. He's doing his thing. You can see that this probably would have been like a conference room. These are very common things to find in abandoned buildings in China. Everywhere has kind of one of these communist rooms, like a communist party meeting room. A lot of these factories, they actually have like communist party departments. That's where the Communist Party members will come in and discuss things. This is one of the rooms we're in right now. You can see like the communist notice board. I don't think there's anything going on in here at the moment. And of course, the communist conference table, which is a very important element of any communist party room. Here's a big conference table. You can imagine all the party members coming in here to enjoy a nice cup of tea and chat about the good old days. It says no smoking. It always amazes me how much trash they leave behind in these places. Everything is just completely trashed. Everything is worthless. That, for me, seems to be one of the great ironies in China, is that they have so much and they produce so much and they've become richer very quickly. But at the same time, there's so much waste in this country. It's quite depressing, really. I'll have to blur out your face.
Show my hair.
Your hair? Anquan Shangchang, Zhiliang Di, the safe production and quality are number one. This is a beautiful... You can see the circus tent just at the end of the road there. It's a really strange find. Got to figure if there's any security over there first. In a lot of cities, not just in China but around the world, you'll have urbex communities, groups of urbexers who go out and maybe they do things together or maybe they do things independently, but they're always on the lookout for new places. These people can often be very secretive and very private and they don't want to share their locations. If you want to join these groups, you have to build up some prestige, and you build up your prestige by finding new sites or maybe breaking into new sites. Shanghai Champion was just telling me that he's not seen this in any of the groups. He's quite active in the urbex community here in Shanghai. He's not seen this building in any of the groups before. So this might build our prestige a little bit. That might get us some access to other explorers who can share other abandoned locations. I think we've done a really good job getting in here. Yes. Oh, looks like somebody's been squatting in here. Here you can see the actress Fan Bingbing. You might not guess it to look at her, but Fan Bingbing is about 40 years old, and she's one of the most popular actresses here in China. In fact, she was so popular, she's had so much influence, that the Chinese government actually kind of made her disappear from TV for about 1 year. You might think that you don't know this person, but you probably do, because she was in the movie X-Men Days of Future Past. Senzori, who doesn't want to appear on camera because he values his privacy and doesn't want to get caught by the government, he was just saying that this place is kind of strange because there's calendars from like 1996, 1998, 2000, 2003, 2009, 2010,
After 6 years.
and 2016 as well, which is probably the last time that this place was used. And it just shows how these places can be like used, abandoned, used, abandoned, used, abandoned. It's a bit like Roman cities or like Egyptian cities left in the desert or something, and then people squat in those. They kind of make them their own and then abandon them many, many times. It's kind of the evolution of a building, I suppose. Also, what's interesting here is that this whole side is kind of sandwiched between all these new modern buildings. This place has this feeling that's just kind of been left behind, kind of forgotten about. Probably the Shanghai government is kind of leaving this land, sitting on this land, until it appreciates in value so much, and then they'll sell it and make a huge profit on it. That's kind of the strategy in a lot of cities in China. And you may have seen that in my Demolition Town video already. If not, you can see that in the link above. So if you look on this door over here, on this side it says danger, and on this side it says the consequences are your own responsibility. That's a good thing in Burbex. Always make sure the consequences are your own responsibility. Sensori says he just found a bus. Let's go see if we can find that. Oh, here it is. Well, this bus doesn't look like it's been abandoned. And as usual, you can see that this has probably been turned over to recycling. You can see all the tricycles at the end there. In Chinese, those are called sanluanche, which literally means three-wheeled car. And these guys, they go around the city collecting scrap metal, scrap paper, scrap anything, really. Well, we couldn't get to the tent. We're exploring some abandoned industrial buildings now. We found this building and there's a ton of abandoned machinery in here. I love abandoned machinery. You may have seen some of my previous videos. I'm going to leave a link to a video up here, and that's a really great factory which was in Changchun, in the dirty, dirty northeast of China. Be sure to check out that video. Let's take a look around here. Some great stuff in here. It doesn't really matter where you go in Shanghai, you can always find dead fish hanging up to dry. Tasty. Oh, we got up here for the sunset. Well, I've managed to get up on top of this strange structure. I'm not entirely sure what it's for. About 5 or 6 stories up. And it gives you a really good idea of how vast some of these places can be. Let's take a look around. There's a beautiful sunset right now. The sun is sinking through the pollution crowd, through the polluted clouds. It's still quite beautiful though. Take a look. What's actually happening with a lot of these sites is that they're gentrifying them. That means kind of like fixing them up and making them into cool places, kind of funky art places. And this area has kind of been turned into a funky art district. You can see in the background there's kind of some fancy looking mansions too, but those are probably unoccupied and we might be able to bust into those too.